In this video, we will discuss a brief overview of chapters 28 and 29 of Thank You for Arguing by J. Einrichs. To begin, we are going to define the three artistic proofs, ethos, logos, and pathos, because they play major roles in both chapters. Ethos is argument by character, or using your reputation or someone else's as the basis for an argument. For example, TV ads that say 9 out of 10 dentists recommend our toothpaste are using pathos. The reputation of the dentist convinces you that the toothpaste is probably best, since they know what they are talking about. Next, pathos is argument by emotion, or using sympathy to support your argument. When ads on TV appear showing helpless animals, they are using pathos in hopes of convincing you to donate. Finally, logos is which argument by logic, or using facts to support your argument. Aristotle uses logos when saying all men are mortal, Socrates is a man, therefore Socrates is mortal. He is using the two facts that all men are mortal and Socrates is a man to support his argument. With these definitions out of the way, we can begin by going over Chapter 28, Write a Persuasive Essay. The main three tools used in writing a persuasive essay are ethos, pathos, and logos. This chapter goes over the best way to combine all three tools together to write a successful persuasive essay. When writing an essay using ethos, write about yourself into the story. Make it personal. However, remember that even if it's about you, it isn't about you. You dissect a frog to learn what's inside of every frog, not just the one you're dissecting. You want all people to be able to rate your essay so they feel a personal connection. To do this, you should add details about your imperfections, which in turn, at the end of the essay, can offer a lesson in humanity. Show the reader how you overcame these imperfections to achieve what your topic is about. Connect with the reader in an emotional way to help them better relate and understand you. When using pathos in an essay, start with a narrative arc. This allows you to tell the reader a story and use that story as an example. And Thank You for Arguing, they use an essay showing that not all white men are jerks as an example. The protagonist of the short essay has come out of his comfort zone, overcome obstacles, and eventually succeeds as he spends the night setting up and messing up a proposal with his now fiancée. Turning an argument into a narrative arc keeps the reader engaged and invokes sympathy in them, making them agree with the essay more. When using logos in an essay, you want to get inside the reader's head. Work off the audience's beliefs and expectations. Start off with a hook, a characteristic that suits your audience's beliefs, and then get them to believe that the choice you want is their advantage, not yours. Believe it or not, logos is an act of sympathy. To write a logos essay, the writer must express the reader's thoughts and desires to show them how they embody them. The best persuasive essays have a storytelling heart. The story aspect relieves boredom and evokes the cognitive ease, resulting in a more effective and compelling argument. An important part of this persuasion is twisting the theme. Make your audience believe that you're just restating the boring calm wisdom, then apply a bit of contrasting attitude. The book's example of it is, Gratitude is good for you, but my wife uses it to manipulate me. A great example of making your argument personal, but still about all of humanity, not just the writer. By using ethos, pathos, and logos, you are able to connect with the reader in a new way, making your persuasive essay successful. In the same way as Chapter 28, Chapter 29 uses the three artistic proofs to support the main ideas. Chapter 29 is all about using the right tools, so when, where, and how to use ethos, pathos, and logos. The best way to understand how to use the tools is to watch arguments around you. This allows you to determine the techniques that worked and didn't work for each situation. This chapter specifically discusses situations such as landing a promotion and selling ideas. When landing a promotion, it is important to understand which of the tools work best in a work environment. Pathos, or using emotion, probably wouldn't be best in trying to convince your boss you deserve a position. Since you are trying to sell yourself to your boss, logos would be the best appeal. By discussing with your superior how you have all the skills and experience needed for the job, instead of trying to emotionally convince them, you are more likely to win your argument. Along with landing a promotion, Jay discusses the tools needed to convince your book club to read a specific book of your choice. Like in The Office, using logos will be the best bet for your argument, but you are also going to want to add ethos in. Logos will provide the bulk of your argument to help build the reputation of whatever you are selling, in this case, a book. Since this is theoretically the first book you are presenting, it would be good to know if the other readers enjoyed the book, which is where ethos comes in. This example highlights the use of multiple tools to support your argument, making it even stronger. Lastly, Thank You for Arguing discusses the offense and defense of an argument and their importance. When on offense, is it important to be prepared with your goal so you know what you are trying to argue about? Set the tenets of the argument and learn the values of your audience so you can better relate to them. Then, support your argument with ethos, logos, and pathos, generally in that order. On defense, if you are not sure what to say, try agreeing with your opponent, but then change the definition of their idea. This makes your audience think you agree, but in reality, you are just supporting your argument. Change into the future tense to change the subject and put the audience back into focus of your argument. In conclusion of chapter 29, always judge the situation you are in order to help determine whenever to use ethos, logos, or pathos. For most arguments, work in that order, but always judge your situation. Focus on offense primarily, and whenever you are on defense, make sure to change the tense back to the future to support your argument.